Gun control is a huge issue today in America. A lot of incidents with guns have happened and have been recently being viewed on the news and reported by news anchors such as Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper on CNN, and others on local channels on this during the states of the situation. Gun control seems to be a huge issue right now. Texas has been on the news a lot on the news lately due to stabbings and the shootings of a police officer's wife, plus other situations that occurred. When I had a chance to speak to Stacy Wilcox, a student at Middlesex County College, she stated and pointed out a view saying that gun control should be educated and trained only by law authorized citizens, especially any legal citizen, can buy a gun at age 21. Recently, on April 11, 2013, senators in Congress passed the law into action by a vote of 68 to 31, which will be somewhat a relief, hopefully, due to violence of the past few days in Texas and other states in which a gunman held 4 firefighters hostage. The situation was resolved and the gunman was shot, no one else injured, thankfully. But in other situations, this does not happen. For instance, a suicide by a gunman and other situations that have been heard recently on the news. Stacy also mentioned that while also having background checks passed by Congress, not only background checks should be passed, but correct training should be only for educational purposes. My only problem with this is that since any gun man is allowed to buy guns, there should be restrictions. I personally believe that anyone with a higher education, such as a person with a bachelor's degree, or maybe even an associate's, should be allowed to be educated for a background check and should be strictly enforced to have right education to how to hold, clean a gun, and even with this I still disagree, only because no citizen that is not a police officer, that is a security officer or law enforcement, the military, or anyone that legally cannot provide or hold a gun. For instance, a clerk at a Stop and Shop or a receptionist should not carry a gun, or a student. Matter of fact, I know how these students age 18 and younger can legally buy a gun should be illegal and prohibited by the state law and the country passed by the President of the United States. Safety and mental health should be approached while considering on passing background checks. All of those issues should be considered by politicians across our country, Republicans, Democrats, and senators within Congress of our nation. And the 68 senators that as well passed this law. The other 31 senators that did not pass should reconsider why in their values and their leadership. Their leadership should also ask themselves why did they not pass it, or the 31 senators that did not consider on passing the law. This is why it's such a headache for our citizens to watch this disbelief when we are watching to see the senators make huge mistakes in not passing the law 4 years ago when President Obama tried to do this as well. To conclude with this, with my opinion and Stacy Wilcox's high criticism, I agree with her, and I agree with our with our middle class as well, that also taxes should be higher and should be raised on gun control and should go into effect as soon as the law passes. All of these things that I mentioned should also not violate the Ten Commandments, because one of the commandments or one of the rights by whoever you believe is thou shalt not kill. Thank you.